What is going on, everybody? Sergeant Graybeard at Graybeard Gaming Group. Today is Thursday, June 4th, and as always, I hope this message finds you healthy and safe. Today we're going to be talking about loot quality in the third phase of the PTS, but before we do, I just want to make a quick little comment. As you all know in previous videos, I've talked about, the fact that our goal here is to bring gamers together, and we do not judge people based on their skill level or how much time they have to play or anything like that. Another thing we don't tolerate here is hatred in any way towards each other, racism in any way, bigotry in any way. These are just things that, that is not what this place is about. And I mean, it's really unfortunate that I have to start off a video this way, but in one of the comment sections on one of my previous videos, two people were kind of going back and forth and this and that. Then all of a sudden, one of them got totally personal and started spewing some hateful stuff. Now, needless to say, that person was immediately banned. I reported them for hate speech because I won't even repeat the things said, but my point is this. That is never going to be tolerated here. So just know, if we don't judge here, I've got everyone's back, and this is about a strong community coming together and being there for each other. And I wanted to start off this video by saying we are more alike than we are different. So let's really focus on that. And again, just, work together, people. So, yeah, that is my 2 cents for the day. Yeah, I mean, again, I just don't like mean people. I just can't deal with it. Anyway, as you can see on the screen, we are currently having a giveaway for an Xbox One X Jedi Fallen Order bundle. All you need to do to be eligible to win is subscribe to our channel. That is it. You can also follow us on Twitter if you like, and we will be announcing the winner on July 1st of this year. And finally, as I've said in all of our previous videos, watching our content is not a requirement to win. Watch what you want. Having said that, let's get into the new loot quality and what we can hopefully expect, or what improvements we can expect in Title Update 10. So as I said earlier, in today's video, we're just going to be covering the actual loot quality that we've discovered so far in Phase 3 of the PTS. We are going to do this in 2 phases. The first phase is from actual gameplay, and so we don't waste your time, we're not going to show you the battles, we're just going to show you as we pick up stuff. And then the second phase is going to be from just opening up faction lockboxes throughout the world. So right now we're going to begin on challenging difficulty, and again, this is in the open world, and we are just seeing what type of items enemies drop. So as we begin, as you can see, we're at a control point, and for the first few drops we get, they're pretty decent. I mean, all of the stats are over 50% with the exception of one, and again, for challenging, it's not great, but it's not awful. Now at the end of the control point, we actually encountered 2 rogue agents, and we'll take a look at the items that they dropped here. And again, we have one god roll and the other 2 are pretty decent. Same thing with that. And again, it's over that 50% mark, which is pretty much what the bare minimum should be. And of course, clearing a control point gives you access to the supply room. And as you can see from these, items and weapons, most of them hit that 50% mark. Some of them go over. So it's pretty much what you can expect on challenging. Now you can see we moved on to heroic difficulty, and this is where we are hoping to see more of the consistent change in the quality of loot. So this was on a heroic mission that we did, random matchmaking, and again, it was nice to open up that chest and not see a purple item drop. Now as we progress through the level, not too many items have really dropped at this point, but we do come across one of the hyena lockboxes. Now this character for me is brand new because I'm new on PC, and immediately I see that and I start flipping out. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is great, exotic drop, all this good stuff. Well, it turns out since I don't have the chatterboxes yet, it is an exotic, it's the piece you need in order to craft it, so I was a little bit bummed about that, but as you can see here, these other 2 items were pretty decent rolls. And at this point, we're just going to fast forward to the end in the boss fight. Now, going back to the gear that we can expect, we should be able to have most of the stats when you're on heroic roll for at least 70% of the max. And as we check this gear out, for me, the frustration is, you spend extra time obviously doing heroic, you really want to see that consistent difference, and so far, I don't see enough that would really sway me from going from challenging to heroic. So now we're going to switch gears and just open up some lockboxes. We'll do some on challenging, then some on heroic, and compare the 2. So we will start on challenging difficulty and open up a hyena chest first, and let's see what we get. And as we open it up, what do we have? Again, past that 50% mark, which is good. Okay. That's going to be a fun rifle too. You know, you get that one God World, that's going to be a lot of fun to use. And so, yeah, I mean, again, it's nothing fantastic, but, you know, that's that. Moving on to our next one on challenging difficulty, we have a True Sons lockbox, and we'll take a look at the stats. Again, past that 50% mark, some of them are closer to 60, one a little bit over that. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty much par for the course, which you can expect. And for our final one on challenging difficulty, we have an Outcast one. Let's open it up, see what we get. That one's just terrible. It should be better, but again, you can re-roll one of the stats, but it's still, you know, I mean, again, challenging difficulty. As long as it's past that 50% mark, in theory, it's accurate. And as we move on to heroic difficulty, I want to talk about the percentages I keep mentioning and the fact that chances are they're going to change. I know as a gamer and as a consumer of a product, it's like, well, what's going to happen? You know, please give me an idea of what's happening so I know how I should actually use my time to play this game. Now, having played the PTS, everything is definitely moving in the right direction, and I can only hope that once Title Update 10 finally comes out, that will actually bring, you know, everything full circle in regards to what we should be getting, you know, with our loot quality, depending on the difficulty that we're doing. Now, at this point, we still don't know when Title Update 10 is coming out. As we know, the state of the game was canceled this week. I assume it'll be back on next week, and hopefully then they'll give us a target date of when we can expect this. And since we're already at Phase 3, I'm assuming we should get this within the next 2 weeks. Here's to hoping, I don't know. But again, hopefully between now and then, we'll see that change in the quality of loot that we're getting. Now, unfortunately, as we finish this up, I'm going to show you a few things that happened in regards to when we opened some cleaners lockboxes in New York. As you can see, these barely scrape the minimum of what an item should be when you get it on heroic, but this next one, this is the frustrating part right here, is as we open this up, purple. And why are we still getting purples on heroic? Now, I know, and it's important to keep in mind that yes, we are still in the PTS, we're still in the testing phase of Title Update 10. But I can pretty much assure you that if this continues to happen once Title Update 10 is launched, people are really going to, if more than they have now, just start to really walk away from the game, and I don't want to see that happen. I mean, we all know how great this game can be, and this is the boost that the game needs in order to get the player base back. Now, having said that, this is pretty much where the video ends. We're going to show you one more lockbox, but it was a complete and total hot mess. There were a bunch of purples, and there were some enemies there, and honestly, at that point, I'd kind of given up. Even though I am feeling discouraged a little bit from playing today, everything has been moving in the right direction. This is kind of one of the last pieces that needs to be put in place in order to really get gamers back into the game. And in regard to the final lockbox location here, I know that there are other, you know, things that you can open, so I wanted to see if that purple, you know, issue was still happening, and unfortunately, it did over and over. Now, with the lockbox itself was fine, and the rolls were about 50-60%. But unfortunately, as we open up this, it's a purple, and I'm getting just lit up from left to right. Come back over here. What do we have? Hey, oh, it's another purple, and at this point, you know, yes, I give up. Like, I just gave up. Anyway, as always, I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time and checking out our content. If you enjoyed this video, hopefully you found it somewhat informative. Hit that like button. It really, really means a lot. Most importantly, as always, take care, be kind, have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.